And Father Frank joins us now. He's the director of the Catholic Apostolate Center and provincial rector of the Immaculate Conception Province of the Catholic Apostolate. Thanks so much for being with us. You are very busy, Father. You do so many different things, whether it's writing books, on boards, whatever it might be. But let's start from the beginning. Tell us about the center.
The center was started in 2011 by the Pallottines and Immaculate Conception Province, my religious community.
It's
it's new. It'll be 5 years old on October 17th. And it's a 21st century expression of our charism, the charism of St. Vincent Pallotti. He was a Roman diocesan priest, and he believed that everybody was called to be apostles. And so that's our mission, to assist everyone, all the baptized, in living as apostles, or as Pope Francis would say, missionary disciples.
So you actually are in a great time, Father, because with all of this new media, that is exploding.
Yeah.
And sometimes we're afraid of it, but it also gives us a great opportunity as a church to evangelize. And tell us a little more about that.
It is really an opportunity, Jay, for us to evangelize in many, many different ways. What we found is that the social media opportunities are tremendous, really tremendous. And if we share our faith, just if everyone who was on one form or another of social media shared one thing about their faith per day, imagine the impact of that. Mm-hmm. And people don't realize how far these things go.
Oh, it's
people
amazing.
Really don't know. They don't realize.
Yeah, one tweet, one Facebook post, everything. It's a ripple. It's a ripple that just keeps going.
It really is.
Tell St. Vincent Pallotti. Mm-hmm. You talk about charism. Tell us a little bit about him and how that ties in.
Yeah, he was a Roman diocesan priest who lived in the first half of the 19th century. Now, that was during the time of the French Revolution, which also affected Rome. Mm-hmm. And the difficulty was, in the first 20 years of his life, he saw 2 popes run out of Rome. He saw tremendous difficulty. He saw Catholics just throw off their faith and move away from faith. And he really came to an understanding that, no, everybody needs to be an apostle. So he started working with seminarians, clergy, started working with religious, as well as then his fellow diocesan priests, to draw them together. And he created what was called the Union of Catholic Apostolates. This was in 1835. Mm-hmm. Priests, brothers, sisters, also lay people working together to help everyone become apostles. And out of that came my religious community, which is now 2,400 in 53 countries.
2,400 and growing.
And growing.
And growing. Is it our responsibility, when I say our, I'm pointing at myself as a lay person, to evangelize others?
Yes, it is. It's everyone's responsibility. Pope Francis has been clear about that, but really, if we go back, particularly over the last 40 years, all of the popes have been very clear. We need to evangelize. We can't just wait and sit back. Any of us. We can't be complacent. We have to go outward. All of us have to go outward.
And we just had this recently, a World Youth Day, which we have,
mm-hmm.
where these young people come together. And what I love about World Youth Day is it doesn't end when the event ends.
No. In fact, we're very honored to work together with the Bishops' Conference and on this effort of continuing on World Youth Day so that a person can look beyond just simply, I went and did something, whether it was here in the United States or digitally, or I went to Krakow. But instead, I'm going to live this out moving forward. And we're trying to provide resources for people to do that, mm-hmm. to be able to take what they have experienced, because it's really a tremendous experience for people, and to be able to live that out in day-to-day life. So often there's a separation, mm-hmm. and we want to help people, no, let's live out our faith in everyday life.
What tip would you give to someone who's watching right now about that, how do we make our faith a fabric of our lives and using any means possible to tell other people about it?
In some ways, it's not as difficult as people make it out to be. Mm-hmm. It could be as simple as wearing a religious medal, putting a prayer card in your workspace, just saying you're going to pray for somebody. Something as simple as that. And then it opens up conversation. But even more so, especially during this Jubilee of Mercy, doing the works of mercy, mm-hmm. the spiritual and corporal works of mercy. And then people start to say, well, why are you doing that? What is it about that you're trying to, that you're, and then that opens up the opportunity to talk about faith.
And how do you hold it all together, Father? You're doing so many different things. I mean, when we mentioned earlier, boards and books, and so how do you hold it all together?
You know, prayer. That's
Yeah,
first.
right.
That's first. A good relationship with Christ, and to recognize that, you know, one of our understandings as a center and as Pallottines is collaboration and co-responsibility. So it's really helping to draw everyone together, working together, and I work with a tremendous team of people, whether members of my community or lay people or other people in consecrated life.
And where can people find out more about the great work you guys do?
You can go to Catholic Apostolate Center. .org.
As easy as that?
It's easy as that. CatholicApostolateCenter.org.
Well, we appreciate that you took the time to be with us today. Great to meet you.
Nice meeting you
I
as
heard
well,
you were
Jay.
coming in, so I'm glad that I got the opportunity to talk with you.
Thank you.
We have more of This Is the Day right now.